your parents don't actually want you to get a job. They just know that university and getting a job is the safest way to live life, probably. So that's what their advice is. But let's say that tomorrow you leave your house and you go volunteer in Africa. Would they still tell you to go to university and get a job? Probably not, because they will see that you have a direction, that you have something that you want to do with your life. And if that is volunteering in Africa, maybe they'll just accept it because they they want you to have a bright future. And when they don't see that you have a direction in your life, that you have a purpose, they will start to give you some advice, maybe bad advice, but still it's the best that they can. So they will start to tell you to go to university, maybe to pick a job, to find something that you like. um, and like, we know that probably you want to be an entrepreneur, right? And going to university won't help with that. Getting a job could help with that, but not really. But why are they doing this? Why do they don't they tell you like, you we don't see you with a direction in your life. We don't see that um, you have a purpose. You have something that you want to do. They don't tell you directly because they communicate in a feminine way. And you probably know this. There's a masculine and a feminine way of communicating. The masculine way is to say what you mean and mean what you say. So if I say, I don't know, I like this book, and I like this book, that's just what it is. I like this book because I've read it and I really like it. If a feminine person says, I like this book, they're not saying that I like the book. They're saying that right now, the feelings that they're feeling are making them say that they like this book. But if in 2 minutes they become angry about, I don't know, the pollution in the ocean, whatever, and you ask them again, they probably, if they are really angry, they probably will say that they hate this book, because that's a feminine way of communicating. That is following your emotions and acting upon them. And this is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. It's just a different way. It probably is a bad thing for you if you're a man, because acting like that won't give you many results in life. And my channel is becoming more and more about masculinity and femininity. And the biggest thing I've learned is that acting on emotion never pays off. Never. Never. So, um, from what I've seen, I think 70, close to 80% of people communicate in a feminine way, and probably your dad. Not to be offensive, but yeah, probably your dad is feminine, like 70% at least. There's this thing you can do to uh, make them feel understood, is to show your direction through actions. So, as I said before, you could leave tomorrow to go volunteer in Africa, and they will see that as a clear direction. Because if you go there and you stay there for 6 months, so you stick to what you're saying, they will say, yeah, all right, that's what he wants to do. And that's the their lack of direction filled. They don't need to see you any more uh, purposeful. I'm saying this in the worst way possible. They don't need um, to ask you to get a job or go to university, because they can see that you have a purpose. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, just get up early, earlier than them. Start working on something, and it doesn't it doesn't matter what you're working on. Just find something that you can stick to and show to them that you're sticking to it through actions again. So if today you choose that you want to open a YouTube channel, if today you choose you want to be a video editor, a website programmer, you want to be whatever, find it and stick to it. Do that thing for 6 months, a year, then maybe you can start to change course, but please stick to things. That's the biggest mistake I've made in the past few years. I've jumped off a lot of business models, and oh, maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that. It's the worst thing, because you don't feel purposeful, because you don't know what you want to work on, and your parents don't see you as purposeful. And again, going back to the point of this video, they will want you to go to university and get a job, because they can see, like, what is he doing, like, is it working really, like, doing a different thing every 3 days, like, what is he doing? So if you remember just one thing from this video, is that you need to stick. You need to stick to whatever you're doing, because your parents need to see direction in your life. And if you don't pick something and stick to it, they will come in and give you bad advice.